Hello, boys and girls and everybody else. Hi, how are you? It's been a while for me. This is my first time filming and speaking to you guys since I've been away for a month. So every video that you saw in July was pre-recorded in June. So this is my first time in August back. I have actually missed you all so much. You'll be like, what are you talking about? I just saw you 2 days ago. I have definitely missed you all. I was away travelling around the world, and I'm really excited to share with you some of my ventures and kind of set the scene for you. I definitely have picked up a lot of content or ideas from my travels for those, designing your dreams and imagining your dreams and things. So I'm really excited to be able to share with you. But first of all, I hope you're well. I hope you've had a really wonderful July, that you're feeling good, you're ready to relax. Hopefully the weather's been kind to you. Hopefully you've been up to all sorts of bits and bobs, whether you've been on a vacation, whether you've been at home and filled your days with maybe read a new book, played a new game. Let me know. I want to know. And I just hope that you're feeling good and you're feeling happy. So I wish for you guys is that you're feeling happy and that's content and ready to relax. I'm definitely a sort of like emotions all over the shop. I don't know about you, but if you've been away for a long time and then you come back, I don't know, there's like that kind of mix. Like you're happy to be home, but you're sad that the trip's over. When you go back to reality, back to normal work, or sometimes that totally changes your emotions, and perhaps you have something else going on in the back of that as well. And so for me, I'm sort of in that weird predicament where I'm definitely super happy to be home, and especially my doggies. I missed my dogs so much. Lindy and Hugo were staying at kennels. They're really good kennels and they go to it regularly, and so they know the ladies there and they look after them really well, and they go out for walks during the day, and there's also CCTV as well in their kennels, so it means that I can always check in on them when I'm away to see what they're up to. But they got on really well, but we definitely missed them. They missed us. So they went nuts when I went to pick them up. Hugo couldn't stop jumping. He was like running up and down the corridor. He was so excited to go home, and he was crying all the way in the car home just so they could go into the house and go in his cage. He loves his cage. Do you guys have a dog as well that's just like that? Just loves their crate. We leave the door open. He just loves it. This is his. That is where he is right now. That is where he chills. It's just his space. He's such a weirdo. Like sometimes I go down and he's like sitting up. He's almost the height, so he kind of has to lower his head a little bit if he's sitting it up in the crate. And he's just sitting there, just panting away. No reason. He's just a funny boy. Sometimes he'll come out and he'll go and lie on the couch and things, but very, very odd. Very, very odd. But they were really, really excited. So anyway, I thought I could relax you first for this video. And we're just gonna catch up. I've got some things to show you, new tingly triggery things to show you from my travels as well. But this is just gonna be a breaths together, okay? So we're just going to breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and out. There. Just let all your stress fade away. Just let it dissolve and disappear. I did actually create Wednesday's video the other day, but it was like a role play, so this is like my first proper catch-up video. But you might have noticed on Wednesday's video I had a cut with so this is what this is. This is I got new knives and I managed to slice the corner of my thumb off. So this is it out of its big bandage that it was in. So I just need to hope that it heals soon, so that's why I have this on, if you're wondering. Anyway, I'm going to set this scene and I'm going to go through the 4 destinations that I went to, including the flight experience, because if you guys have been watching my channel for a long time, you will know I hate flying. And I can't wait to tell you about these flights because I was so nervous for so many of them. By managed time here, I survived. So yeah, I'm gonna go through that as well. But we'll start with, so I flew first of all to San Francisco. So have you been to San Francisco? I'd never been before. And I flew from Glasgow to London. And then from London to San Francisco. I think it was like 11 hours. Maybe 11 hours. To San Francisco. Yeah, I think so. I think it was actually 10 and a half. That was it. It was 10 and a half hours. And it was a wonderful flight. And actually, I was super lucky. I just bought economy tickets. And just as we were about to board the plane, they had upgraded us randomly to premium economy. So not business class, but premium economy is when you get the more legroom and things. You get bigger TVs and you get better meal and dinner options. So I was very fortunate and the meals were delicious. And I had a little glass of fizz because they give you sparkling on those flights. In premium economy. So that was really nice. So yeah. So I flew to San Francisco. And it was really, really cold. Really cold. I always knew that obviously San Francisco's in California, so you always think it's going to be warm, but I knew that San Francisco was really prone to fog and really prone to kind of colder weather, especially in the summer months. But it was unseasonably cold when I was there, and I didn't quite prepare myself for that. So the outfits I had brought were all for like kind of summer holidays, but I had brought a couple of jackets because I knew it was going to be colder, but that didn't work. I had to actually wear my travel like leggings and things because the wind was so cold. It was so windy. But I stayed in the city centre in San Francisco. There were quite a few people that were homeless, that were also mentally ill, and I shouldn't giggle, but there was a few situations that were quite funny. At the hotel that I was in, it was an Intercontinental, and it had like a Michelin star restaurant on the bottom. I never dined in there, but the full bottom people would go to the restaurant for this, or the hotel for this Michelin star restaurant, and it was glass windows all the way along. And on 2 occasions at dinner time, when I was coming back to crossroads, like waving their hands, completely naked, going, oh dear, oh dear. And I was like, oh my goodness. And all these diners were sitting on the windows in this restaurant, and they were just having naked men like running past them. I find that quite amusing, not gonna lie. But yeah, it was quite bizarre for things like that in San Francisco, to be fair. I did see a lot of that in certain areas, but around the coast was really nice, very cold. And I made sure I went to, there's like a famous sourdough factory, and they have a restaurant there, and I got the chowder in the bread bowl, the sourdough bowl. It's apparently very, important to San Francisco. You got to try it. And I went on the cable cars. The first cable car that I got on, it was electric, so it was inside, and I was like, I'm sure this is different to what I'd ever seen pictures of. But I eventually found the cable cars. They're the traditional ones that go up from the pier up through to downtown. I can't remember what it's called. The place, but you like can hang on the outside, so you're going up these really steep hills, and you're kind of like sitting in the inside or hanging on the outside. So I really enjoyed that. So that was really good fun, but it felt like so long ago. So that was the first stop, and I was there for 3 nights, 4 days, and my flight to the French Polynesia wasn't until I think it was like almost midnight. Let me tell you. So I was most nervous about this flight because I'd never been across the Pacific before. I'm terrified of flying over water, and this was 8 hours out from San Francisco, directly across the water. There were no islands, no bits of land, no airports for you to go to if there was an emergency landing. It was literally San Francisco and French Polynesia. And at the time when I was booking flights, I was looking for certain days, and there was only one flight that was going from San Francisco on the day I was looking for it, with an airline called French B. I didn't really know much about them. I knew that it was a stopover, so they would fly from Paris to San Francisco, refuel, and that's when some people would get on, some people get off, and then fly to French Polynesia. This plane, I didn't realise, was a low-cost carrier. Now, I'm not against low-cost carriers at all, use them all the time, but for an 8-hour long-haul flight, I do not recommend. It was like Ryanair, but long-haul, or like, I'm trying to think of what's a cheap US airline that you guys might get on board with, like some of your low cost, like Southwest or like Frontier or something like that, but less good. So cramped. The aerostesses did not give a damn. They were just like very rude. Like the meals were really weird. The whole thing was just bizarre, and it was an overnight flight, and I did not sleep a wink. I was probably at like this level of anxiety the entire duration. And your girl likes a little bit of alcohol to buy or something to calm those nerves on a flight, but there was none of that available. You couldn't buy anything. Like, it was just bizarre. So I did it, wouldn't do it again. But landing in the French Polynesia was insane. We landed at about 5 in the morning. I think it was 5, or it was maybe 4:30. No, I think it was 4:30 in the morning. And it was pitch black. And you get out of the plane and you can hear music. And as you come into arrivals, it's almost like it's a really small airport. It's like a proper open, like it's like a little island life. And there's people like singing and playing music on the ukuleles as you're coming into the airport. It was so cute at that time in the morning. But what I didn't realise in French Polynesia is they treat the airport as like an activity for them. There were so many people in arrivals, like coming to greet you from arriving, because they don't get a lot of flights in, and all their like long haul flights are coming in the middle of the night. So you come through arrivals and people are there with fresh floral garlands to put over you and greet you, and there's music and there's stations down with their families to see the arrivals come in. It is the most surreal like entry to any place I've ever been. It was just like, I was like, oh my goodness, like this is not like anything else I'd ever been to. So I was staying on an island that was just off of Tahiti called Maria, and you could actually get a ferry there rather than a plane. So some of the other islands like Bora Bora and things like that, you need to get a small flight, only a 20-minute flight, but it's a little bit further away, whereas I could get a ferry across to the island I was going to. But the first ferry wasn't until like 7 o'clock in the morning. So we're just kind of in limbo, trying to work out what to do, trying to find, I couldn't get any French Polynesian francs anywhere, like currency, before I left. Nowhere to stock them here in the UK. I couldn't get hold of them in America either. So the first thing was to try and find, like a cash machine and things. So eventually managed to make our way via taxi to the ferry terminal, get the first ferry over, and that boat trip was the most amazing thing. The sun was coming up and I was on the top deck and we were just sailing towards this complete paradise island, this remote Pacific island in the middle of nowhere, covered in rainforest. The sea was crystal clear. Like, it makes me emotional thinking about how amazing it was, and I just wish I could show you or take you there with me and show you how beautiful it was. It was, if you follow my Instagram, you'll have seen in my stories some of the scenery. It was amazing to see. I'm like even crying at the thought of it. It's not sad tears, it's just happy tears because it was so beautiful. And I stayed in this really nice resort with an overwater bungalow on coral reefs, and you could rent or like just borrow like snorkels, and I spent so much time snorkeling, and I had this amazing moment with an octopus. It was a Dumbo octopus, and I don't know if you've ever seen My Octopus Teacher on Netflix, but I had a moment with an octopus. It looked at me and I looked at it, and it was really curious, and it came a little closer, but it kept changing into like the texture and the camouflage of the reefs around it, and I was getting closer to it, and oh my goodness, it was so amazing. And I was going to put my arm out, and it was so cute. It was like a proper little Dumbo octopus. You need to search them up if you don't know what I mean. It was so cute. But a boat came past and it frightened it, and then I couldn't find it again. It was so sad, but it was amazing. And I went on a boat trip. I went into the ocean with sharks and turtles and stingrays. It was insane, and the stingrays love to be petted, so they would come up to you and you could like stroke them. It was just insane. And there was islands, like there's little islands off of Maria there where there was like a cafe, and you just got the little boat across to the island and went and had like restaurant, like dinner there and stuff. It was amazing. And so that was a French Polynesia. Oh, honestly, I could talk and talk about it, but they give you this when you leave. So it's like made of shells there, and they put it over you like this as you leave. If you're leaving, you take it with you. I hope it's good luck or something. And then they behind your left ear like this if you are in a relationship, and you put it over your right ear if you're single. So it's how they know who's like single and who's in a relationship. It's so cool. So this one is, some of them have fake ones, and you could get fake ones to take away with you. So I got a fake one, so I could always keep it. So after that, I went to Australia via Auckland. I flew Air New Zealand from TT to Auckland. It was about 5.5 hours. Again, no land in between, just straight over the water. But oh my goodness, I was so impressed with New Zealand Air. They had this thing called the Sky Couch, and you could pay a little bit extra in economy for this. So I did it because I was like, this sounds really interesting. Oh my goodness, nobody sits next to you, and basically the 3 seats become a bed. Like the full thing becomes an actual bed with like covers and pillows. It was unreal. It was so good. I still couldn't sleep, but it was really nice. And then changed in Auckland and got the next flight to Brisbane. Brisbane was a really fun, cool city. It's got a lot of kind of like skyscrapers, and there's rivers that go through it. And I hired a car so I could drive around everywhere. Went to lots of different kind of seaside towns and things. But one of my favourite moments was at Byron Bay, and there's a lighthouse at the top, and we could hear people saying, "Oh, look at that," at the side. And we looked over, and there was a pod. I want to say up like 18, maybe 20 dolphins just swimming and like enjoying the waves. It was really cool. And then when you looked out in the bay, there was loads of splashes, and there was 4 humpback whales in the bay, and they were splashing their tails. I got some really good videos of them. It was amazing to see. I've never seen anything like that before. So that was amazing. And there was no wild kangaroos. I didn't see a single wild kangaroo or a koala bear or a snake or a spider. Didn't see anything like that. But I did go to a koala sanctuary, and they had kangaroos in there, and they were allowed to roam. There was like a big fields where the sanctuary was, and it was amazing. And I went in there, and they are like dogs. They just like bounce up to you, and they love to be petted and have their tummies scratched. Oh, they were so cute. They were so cute, and I held a baby koala bear, and it was amazing, and I loved it so much. I've got so many photos to share. I just need to get back on Instagram and share them all, but it was so cute. The koala bear actually scented me. He put his scent on me, so I like marked my top. They've got a special eucalyptus scent, and they used to mark their trees in their territory, and it marked me. So, and that top still stinks of eucalyptus. It's like a really weird smell. It's like not your normal eucalyptus that you would get in an oil base. It's like a weird smell, but yeah, it was very cute. And then after Australia, I flew with Qantas to Tokyo, and I have to say, Japan and Tokyo was my favourite place. It was amazing. I would highly recommend, if you guys ever get the opportunity to go to Japan, I would go to Japan. I cannot wait to go back. I want to go back, and I want to go and explore some other areas in Japan. I was in Tokyo not for very long, for 3 nights, and it definitely wasn't enough. I could have gone back more. I loved it so much. They're so polite there. The Japanese are so polite. The hotel was amazing. It was in like a Japanese garden, and you would go for breakfast in the morning in front of these big windows with the Japanese garden there with all the fish. It was amazing, and they were so good. And in our room we had a special Japanese bath, and it's like kind of wooden, and there's a special ritual you do. So you run the bath, and they give you fresh lemons, and you put the lemons in the hot bath and you let the lemon peel, all the nutrients and things from the lemons dissolve into the water. And then it's within a wet room, so you shower first, so you need to clean yourself first, and then you get into this bath and you relax, and then you come out and you have to drink sake, which is like their alcohol. I think it's made from rice. That was really cool, so I did try that. And it was just nuts. Like, you would go to different places. So I went to a Shiba cafe that has Shiba dogs in it. It was so cute. And then I went to a maid cafe where they're all dressed as maids in these little like tiny maid costumes, and then you order drinks and things, and they come with songs. So they come to you with your drink and you have to sing a song with them. So there was ones where it was all in Japanese, I can't remember, but it was like meow meow, meow meow, and you had to like do the little actions. It was so cute. It was so funny. And they would like draw on your things you ordered. So like I had ice cream and it had a little cute like dog on it, or if you ordered an omelette you could have a little like art, like a little, I don't know, caricature thing on it. It was really cute. But it was definitely a very interesting place. And I went to visit there's like the famous temple, and I brought you something. So this is a charm for good fortune. So I thought I would show you and ring it in and around here so that you guys can get some of the good fortune energy from this. It was really interesting. They had incense burning and people were going and like putting incense on them, but yeah, they had all different types of kind of good luck or fortune things, and this was the charm for good fortune. So that's what I got for us. But yeah, it was amazing, and they had like this special lab place and things. You could go in and it was all illusions and lights and flowers. There were so many cool things, so I will need to share them all on Instagram. I haven't yet done it, but I will do it so that you can see it all. But yeah, so basically that is my giving you dreams today. I wanted to tell you all about it. I could go into so much more detail. There's so much now, but I don't want to spoil it all, especially because, yeah, I want to help you visualize it probably in a later video. But yeah, it was a 14.5-hour flight back from Tokyo, and it flies back over the Pacific, over Alaska and Greenland, and you actually cross the day line. So the captain can announce when we were crossing the day line, which was really cool. But yes, I'm so pleased to see you again. This is such a rambly video, but I hope you don't mind. I sometimes quite like doing these, and I always find them really relaxing to listen to. And obviously because I talk at like a million miles an hour, hopefully you understood what I was saying. But yeah, do let me know how you are. I'm so excited to catch up with you guys